1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Happy Sunday and welcome to the first edition of Talk Show Divas for 2021. Yay! We made it!
Yes! Yes.
Good afternoon. I am your host this afternoon. My name is Michelle Moore. I am an entrepreneur and actress, and I have three beautiful co-hosts with me today and every Sunday. To my left is Tamara, and she'll introduce herself.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Tamara, and I'm an entrepreneur, and also I'm the creator of Eve's Mask Mist.
Welcome. My name is Renee Jackson. Happy New Year. Happy New Me. And I'm an entrepreneur. My business is called Sparkle. It's a wardrobe styling business. Thank you.
Wonderful. Happy New Year, everyone. 2021. My name is Roselle Pompey. I am co-founder of Empress Mindset and the Goddess of Travel. So excited to be here.
Yes. Well, we are coming off a 2-week break. We did have a couple weeks off. And I know that at the end of the year, lots of us do rituals to kind of reset and recharge and get ready for the upcoming new year.
Yes.
And so I know personally I was doing a personal assessment the last week of the year, right after Christmas. I had just traveled and I was taking stock of, my whole year of 2020. And I wanted to just take personal evaluation of where I was in my relationships and where I was spiritually, where I was with my businesses, and definitely where I was with my finances. Definitely because of COVID-19, my businesses were definitely impacted. So, ladies, what did you guys do, to reassess on self, like to determine, what did you want to do for the new year?
Well, one of the rituals that I've done like forever, and it's a spiritual ritual, personal ritual. What I will do, I'll write all of the things, people, places, and then situations that no longer serve me. I write it on a piece of paper. And I put everything in blue ink on a piece of paper. At the stroke of midnight, I burn it.
Nice.
And if you can, you burn it outside and you let the wind take it away. So at that point, everything is in your rear view. Everything's in your rear view.
Exactly.
And then,
I love it.
As far as what I keep, I have a journal, and I just list all of the things, like you said, the assessment where you are personally, financially, with your relationships, meaning family, children, friends, and so forth. I just write all of my goals and areas that I can grow in. And
Awesome.
I keep that. So.
What do you do, Renee?
Fantastic. What I do, I absolutely take an assessment as to what is bringing down my property value.
Woo!
This is
like
property.
Hey,
This is prime
real estate right there, girl.
prime right here. If you pass it up, it
Hey.
means you what? You couldn't afford it. Okay? If you mess with it, then you must know what you need to do to maintain it.
Let me take my notes.
I love
Okay, take
this.
some of my bad girls, you know. And once I look at that, and I'm talking about across the board, be it man, woman, or child.
Okay.
Because what I understand in the spiritual aspect of life, you know, the adversary don't care who you use. He'll use anybody to stop you from accomplishing and reaching your goals.
Facts.
I have to be in tune with, excuse me, my discernment with the God in which I serve. And once he gives it to me, it's solidified because that's what I'm praying for.
Wow.
You know, and if I know that you're not where I'm at, I love you immensely. But guess what? On this journey, on this avenue, down this street, on this road, on this day, and at this time, you cannot go.
Exactly.
And I have to leave you behind.
Okay.
I
And
love
that's just
it.
something that I practice.
Love it
and
about
I've
the
been doing
property
that for a
value.
while.
I love God's property. I love
Real
that.
estate,
Yes.
real. Okay.
What do you do?
So for me, I decided on December 21st that I was going to write down 5 intentions. And I was going to start off those intentions with I am grateful for or I am thankful for. And the reason behind it is that I want to already have the feeling of accomplishing these intentions.
Awesome.
So claiming those that are not visible to the 3D is what I say, but come with the emotions and the feeling that is already here. So for example, I'm a multimillionaire, and I'm going to have that. I am grateful
Say
to be
that.
a multimillionaire
Say it.
who will bless other people with the same opportunity to achieve that goal. So it's like already having that emotion and that feeling.
Feeling gets the blessing.
Yes,
Feeling
and
gets
it
the blessing.
leads to shifting your mindset. So the thing is to write it down, make it very plain and explicit as much as possible. Put out all the details, and then do it twice a day.
Okay.
First thing in the morning, then you pray, meditate, and then you move on with your day. And then at night, before you go to sleep, you say it again, you read it out loud, and you pray, meditate, and go to bed. So it's shifting the mind.
Correct. And keeping the
claim-
focus, not only shifting the mind, but you're now more in tune with what you're manifesting. We think we touched on that right before we left, before the holiday.
Yeah.
What is yours?
Well, I have a lot of old rituals that passed down, I think, generational rituals, probably from my indigenous and African heritage. We eat black-eyed peas. Well, we eat
Everybody eats black-eyed peas.
Black-eyed peas. I cook black-eyed peas for New Year's Eve, but you don't eat them till New Year's Day. And the reason why they tell you to eat them on New Year's Day is because you're planting a seed, and you want that seed planted right at the optimum time. So you plant it right on the first day. So at 12, look, I was watching the clock. At 12:01 a.m., I was sitting down with some collard greens and black-eyed peas and hot water cornbread and
Hot water.
Yeah, that's
old school.
Old school.
So that's the first thing, and then other rituals like you want to have your home clean, you want to have your car clean, things so you could have less distractions. So when you're manifesting what you want in your new year, you want to have a clean space to where you can feel everything that your intentions are. So what I didn't write anything down. My goals are pretty much still the same. Just continue to grow in what I'm doing.
Exactly.
And I noticed that whatever I had manifested, and a lot of it I don't share. Some of it I share. What do you guys think about sharing of sharing of your goals or things like that?
There's a saying that, and whenever I speak of elders, those those are my wisdom guides.
Yes.
So I'm talking about grandparents, great grandparents, and so forth. But it's been said, do not tell anyone what you're doing until you firmly had the seed planted.
Correct.
Because what happens, it invites bad energy. It invites a
Naysayers.
person. It invites. They will send that energy to destruct, to be destructful,
To
towards
question
you,
your
to
intention.
question, or they'll even not just send the energy. They will verbalize. They was like, "Well, are you sure you can do that? You sure you got
Correct.
enough money? You sure you?"
Absolutely.
And those are the naysayers. So I was one of the ones when I got something exciting. I want to tell everybody. Somebody said, stop doing that.
Yeah.
They
What do
said,
you
do
mean?
not do that because of, and they're absolutely right.
Well, you don't.
so
I
true.
think you have to be discerning in who you
They
share
said,
it with.
unless you're telling the person that's helping you with the vision.
Right.
Unless
Because
it's someone that's
What
helping
about
you
all
with the
discerning?
vision.
Because I got, Roselle and I are friends before the show, and I know I share a lot with her, but it's like she's a champion of
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
that
it has to be someone that's a part of
someone you
the
can
vision, yeah.
trust, someone that you know it's not going to be intimidated by what
You're sharing.
what you're sharing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people don't want to see you blessed or elevate or
Right. Ooh, I just got chills.
I did too.
That's why
I just
I'm
got
telling you,
chills.
that's
This
why-
means I got to say something.
What
Go
the
ahead.
names on
I have
papers?
something to say.
Go
I'm going
ahead.
to share this with you about maybe, I don't know how long ago it is, because I'm from the Midwest. And people that are from here in the South, but I've been here longer than I've been there.
Correct.
Okay, so I've been raised here. And I had a coworker, and it became the New Year's Eve on New Year's Day. And I was young, I had purchased my own condo, and I was raising my kids, and I was ecstatic about it, and just, I'm just so excited. And she was like, hey, there's a couple things that you need to do for the new year. And one was to get the Black Eyed Peas, which I'd heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe
cultural.
it. Yeah, it's cultural. But and then the collard greens, the peas are supposed to be, the Black Eyed Peas are supposed to be for the change, and the dollar. I mean, the collard greens are for the dollars. And then she told me, she said, and you're not supposed to cross your threshold. You are supposed to let a man cross your threshold. And I had to say, ain't nobody paid these bills up in here this year but me. So I'll be damned if I'm going to let somebody you come on in and cross my threshold because my place is going to be blessed. No, I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what's in my spirit. I know there's a lot of other things that we talk about and we say, but it has to be within your own
spirit.
mindset, your own spirit, how you feel about things, because some things are ritual, some things are spiritualistic, some things are very superstitious.
Correct.
And I don't believe in those. So, I have to take in what I believe.
Yeah, and I agree, because about a man crossing your threshold, I think that might be from slavery days.
I was just about to say.
And that's what it sounds like to me,
about to be
because
yeah.
like the family was separated during slavery, and the man
Wow.
may have gotten vacation or got let off. The slave master might say, "Oh, you can go home for Christmas,
For Christmas.
or for New Year's."
I don't care what he said.
Well, that's where that's probably originated. But we'll figure it out.
I don't know where it came from, but I know it wasn't happening.
One other thing too, I saged my whole house.
Oh,
down.
that's beautiful.
Saged
great.
it,
Clean.
and for those of you that use Florida water, throw a little Florida water, because Florida water, are you guys familiar with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Florida water is great for cleansing areas and cleansing
Your floors
normal
and-
floors, but it's just to give that great cleansing anybody that is sat on your couch or visited, or even if you were negative a few days or you were in a certain funk, you take all that out. Like you said, open up the windows, fresh air come in, and you immediately feel better.
And
That
that's
is true.
true. But you know
That's
what
true.
else is a good way to raise your vibration? Music. But let me tell you what my mother used to say. Get dressed up and put on some lipstick, girl. And snap
that
out of
does.
it.
That
And
changes
let
your
me
mood.
tell you,
Does it not?
let me tell you, last week I was feeling low energy. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling really low vibrational energy. And New Year's Eve, I said, you know what? And I went and picked up one of her black dresses. The dress is probably as old as me. I put that dress on. I put this red shrug on, and I put some lipstick, and I just did my hair, and I just popped on laptop, went on Church Live, and had 2 of my friends. We were watching it together, and I felt immediately better.
Yeah.
And I continued the rest of the evening, you know, with music playing. And I said, you know what? I control how I feel.
That's great.
And yes, we were coming off a full moon, and we're about 85% water. So I feel like the moon does play
it
away
moves
with
that
our
tide.
body.
It moves the
Because,
tide.
you know, but I'm like, but I can shift it too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I decided, I said, you know what, I'm going to remember what Mom said. Dress up. Yeah, I'm home. I'm not going anywhere. Everybody's like, where you going? I'm like, nowhere. I'm sitting here. But I did that, and I felt instantly better.
Yeah, so I believe exactly that, because New Year's, I was not upset that we weren't able to be out. But, you know, I was feeling like, I want to be dressed up. I want to be glitzy. I want to be glam. And
Did you?
No. No, I didn't glitzy and glam. But what I did do, one of my best friends in Chicago, she's not watching the show today because she's watching the Bears game, but I'm going to get her about that. But she called me, and we stayed on the phone for like 2 hours just laughing and reminiscing. You remember when we did this? We mixed our little, we mixed our little drink, our little cocktail for the evening, and we did the countdown. And we were talking about we were going to get dressed up and glam, but didn't happen for me. But you know, it's the mindset. It's the shifting of the mind, being with people who care about you, talking to people, conversing with people that you know have great intentions on your life. I think it's just, you want to reset and just evaluate. Now, I want Tamar to tell us what she does, particularly about her phone. Now, my iPhone probably has reset 7 years. So I have 7 years of contacts in here.
Oh my goodness.
Probably 10,000 contacts, business and whatever, but it has reset. I've never had like
a massive
delete.
memory in.
Yes, I have the largest. This is the newest iPhone, and I have the largest memory.
Wow.
But before we got on the show, Tamar said what she did with her phone. Tell me what happened with your phone.
If you ring me and you can't get me, you've officially been blocked. Blocked. It's called blocked or deleted you. Go ahead.
Hold that phone right there. We got to pay some bills and go to commercial, guys, but you stay tuned. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Fantastic.
As a pastor, part of my job is to be there for families through some of the toughest times in their lives. I've counseled people through devastating health crises as they've lost jobs and livelihoods, and in recent months, loved ones to violence and disease that could have and should have been prevented. All too often, these are people whom government has forgotten or for whom it was never there in the first place. I'm Raphael Warnock, and I'll always work for you. That's why I approve this message. As a pastor, part of my job is...
The only way to beat this virus is to give our new president the chance to succeed. I'll work with Joe Biden to empower the medical experts, to rush economic relief for families and small businesses, and invest in infrastructure to jumpstart our economy. But David Perdue says he'll do everything in his power to make sure Joe Biden fails, just like he tried to do with President Obama. I'm John Ossoff, and I approve this message because lives are on the line, jobs and businesses are on the line. So let's get this done.
How can you find a reliable source of CBD products? Introducing Holistic Wellness Boutique, a revolutionary collection of CBD tinctures, CBD topicals, CBD edibles, CBD pet products, and other relevant CBD products that help you incorporate CBD into your everyday lifestyle. The best part? Through our special Radiant Transformations program, Dr. Alea Daniel, PharmD, a well-regarded wellness coach, licensed pharmacist, and the mind behind the idea of Holistic Wellness Boutique, will also introduce you to a healthier lifestyle through proper education, nutrition, and a thorough medication evaluation to make the most of our exemplary CBD products. If you are struggling with a chronic condition, we can help you discover how to live a more holistic lifestyle through wellness coaching and the proper selection of hemp-derived CBD products. Visit HolisticWellnessBoutique.com to schedule a consultation or order an audacious combination of hemp-derived CBD products that will rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit.
Welcome back, guys and gals. We're here with the Talk Show Divas.
Welcome back, everyone.
Yes.
And since it's a new year, let's talk about the new things for Talk Show Divas. We are now streaming on Roku If you're familiar with that platform, go check us out, Talk Show Divas. And we stream live every Sunday on Facebook as well as YouTube. So we're expanding
Yes.
our reach and breadth. So
Okay.
as we were leaving, we have all these little sidebars on the break, guys. But as we were leaving, Tamar was talking about her renewal of her iPhone, how she renews her iPhone every year.
Yeah, you guys, I was just mentioning that I delete or block just numbers and things that I have not used. If I have not used them in the last year, 2 years maybe, I just go ahead and delete, because I've always been told that spiritually you have to get rid of something in order to make room for something new and fresh and beautiful and wonderful. So you have to throw out the trash, or you got to throw out the old man, or you got to throw out the friends, or you got to
So
go out the
fellas?
house in order to make room for the wonderful blessing that is coming your way. So I believe in making room. I need the house empty so I can make room for all this good stuff.
Well, I do a 12-month rolling block, so I don't ever have to do I don't have to block and delete at the end of the year.
Right.
Because you're
Because,
doing it as you're going,
do I do it as I'm going along?
good for you.
So we're talking about a little bit about going into relationships and how we renew and recharge our relationships, whether they be family, children, or our partners. What are some things I can start and tell you what I want to do and what my plans are for renewal and recharging my relationships with my kids? I just want to continue to be a champion for them, like to really focus on each one of my children individually. I have 4 children. They are 4 different age groups, 4 different needs,
Yeah.
4 different birth. Well, 2 of them are probably the same sign, but different birth signs. So they work differently, you know, they respond with mommy differently. So I want to really focus on just meeting their needs and like working on their dreams and things like that this year. So that's what the main thing I'm focusing on with my family. I'm continuing on with my relationship, my guy, you know, just keep working on this relationship. He'll tell you he ain't got blocked yet.
Did you call it this morning?
He's probably watching right now, but he says I ain't got blocked yet. So he knows that I have a 12-month blocking rule. So I'll block all the time.
Keep them on alert. Keep them on high alert.
And then I think with myself, financially, I know we want to talk about this new thing that we're doing, and it's called the 52-week challenge.
It's phenomenal.
So we decided as the group that we were going to participate in a 52-week challenge, and we'll put it on our Facebook page today. And you can participate with us during this 52 weeks of 2021. You can start in as little as $1. We have a challenge that starts at a $1 challenge. We have a challenge that starts at, I believe, a $50 challenge, and that one may be where you can save up to,
I thought it was like 10,000.
That was a great one.
10,000.
That was a
Yes.
good one, yeah.
I like that dollar one.
Yes,
is great.
so it's one that if you put in $50 at the end of the year, so December 31st of 2021, you will have saved $10,000.
Fascinating.
That's in a
That's
house, that's a business, that's somebody's college tuition
That's
for a
whatever you
semester or
want.
2.
Yes.
That's a real serious
A
blessing.
fabulous trip to Dubai.
That's your
First
trip to
class.
Dubai. But yes, we're going to put that challenge. You start off
That's
with
great,
week
isn't
1.
it?
When you do the 50-week challenge, you do 50, then you do 150, then you go back down to 75, then another 150. It's a heavier challenge, but we do have 2 others. So we have a $1 challenge I think we're going to do on the show. So we'll do the $1 challenge, and we'll pool our little money, and we'll end up with something nice at the end as well. So it's a $1 challenge. When you do $1 per week, you end up with $1,378 at the end of the 52 weeks. And then it was maybe, did we look at one other, ladies? I can't
Yes,
remember.
there was another one.
It was another one. We did a $20 one. If you do a $20 challenge for 52 weeks, you save $5,000. So we want to share this with you guys, and we're going to keep up with it. You do the same thing at home. Choose what fits your budget.
Yeah.
And let us know in the comments, you know, like what do you think about this idea? this is a great way to get started if you want to do it with young people, to have them start something entrepreneur. This will help, you know, this will be a startup. So if you do the $20 a week challenge, you end up with $5,000.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
So we're going to do that, and that's going to definitely help reboot and recharge our financials.
Yes.
Right now, hot topic, stimulus check alert.
Oh boy.
You got yours?
No, I don't even think I'm getting one, but I'm not even worried about
That
it.
means you're over the margin.
So I don't even
Can I borrow
think,
something?
I don't even think they are going to acknowledge me for stimulus check, whatever this year. But if it comes, it'll be a blessing. But I don't think it's going to come because I don't see anything yet. But people are saying, you know, I saw a post about how you can take your stimulus check and start your LLC. Tamara and I were talking offline about, you know, helping people start your LLC if you haven't started one. So if you guys want to message us, if you need some help starting your LLC in Georgia, that's where we reside and where our businesses originated, we can definitely point you in the right direction of how to get your LLC started. If you get some stimulus money and you want to invest it in starting an LLC, we'd be glad to give you some business advice. All four of us own our own businesses and have been in business for a long time, so definitely we'll be glad to assist you. That's what we wanted to say. We wanted to do from last year, moving into new year, is definitely offer our services as far as business to help people.
I mean, it's you could do so many things with that $600. Yes, we should have gotten more, my opinion. I mean, we are supposed to be the leader of the free world. This country has only given out one stimulus check in this whole pandemic.
Ridiculous.
Okay, ridiculous.
It's pretty sad.
And then the back and forth with the 2,000. How do you justify giving people $600? I don't get it. And then you want to give multi-million dollars to other countries to help them recover, but you're not putting the oxygen mask on yourself. I mean, your people are suffering, and you're going to just say, oh, $600 will take care of everything, but we'll give multi-million dollars to other countries to help them out.
Well,
that doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. Somewhere I read that America is the most hungry that it's been.
Ever been.
Ever
Exception.
been.
It is. And
It's
this
true.
is this is wait. I just
I got something to say.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. You go ahead.
When Roselle said, "How do you justify that?" My question to everybody that can hear me: how are we justifying not pushing back against the establishment? I understand we have a runoff coming on Tuesday, but these are the people that you voted for previously that are sitting in the Senate, that are sitting in the House, that are doing absolutely nothing for you and your family. So how do we justify not being up in arms? How do you justify not tearing down the establishment? Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell had their property damage. They call it property damage. Somebody just spray painted on their windows about where's the rest of my stimulus money. And they were boo-hooing about that. You lucky your house was not in flames. Because historically, government took the people a little more seriously, and that's because the people would burn their stuff to the ground. In England and France, these other countries, they're not afraid of their government. The government's afraid of them. So for a lot of people, how are we so calm and, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I got $600. You didn't give me anything. This is my money. That's what I think a lot of people
I mean,
need to
we're all
understand.
taxpayers. So
This is my money that you've kind of been holding. You've been cuffing it for
And
me.
all of this is public information, correct?
Yeah, it's public
Okay, so
information.
for those who are Republicans, you have the option to find out who did not pass that bill. But
They've been showing
before that, it's a lot of layers to this shit. Don't get it twisted.
This is true.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
It's the good cop, bad cop routine.
It is.
You know, because
That's what Mitch
Mr. Trump pretended like as if I'm going to pass this through. Mitch is his guy. That's his number one.
They already discussed the play.
They already knew what they were going to do.
discussed the
He
play.
called
I'm
it a
gonna
fake
pretend
fight.
like I'm
It was
gonna
a
get-
bluff.
Thank you. I wanna
The
pretend like-
$2,000 was a bluff.
Thank you.
We were never getting $2,000.
No. So therefore, I'm going to pretend like I'm going to give it to you all. You're going to block it. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to give, because he's still pissed that he did not win.
Yes.
Okay? So he really don't give a crap about the American people. Okay? So he showed us in that aspect. And so Mitch McConnell's going to say, well, okay, I'm going to block it. So therefore, all we're going to get is 600. There's so many layers. So don't ever get
Don't
anything
believe
twisted
the fluff.
about the politics.
Yes, 'cause I see a
the
lot of
politics.
it.
Because guess what? When our new president comes in, we're going to get some extra money. Trust and believe that.
Most definitely.
On this day, this time, make a note of it. We're going to get it because it's all politics. You got to understand how politics work.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, we
Quid
love
pro
them,
quo.
whether
Quid pro quo.
it's a Republican or Democrat.
Correct.
But it's all a game. You know what I'm saying? And when we're trying to make a decision on who we're going to side with, just understand.
They've already had the conversation.
It's been
already
done.
been done.
So many
just
closed
like how
doors.
many
This is theater.
conversations
Yes,
has
it's
already
theater.
been done here.
And I really have to say something that Michelle brought up. She was saying in regards to people with you're getting your stimulus and you're interested in the LLC. This is what I want everybody to know. You as a person do not matter that much to the political structure.
Correct.
You as a corporation
Matter.
can get so much money.
Yes.
That bill we first came was money to businesses. There are so
But not
many
the mom and
legs and
pop,
arms.
not the mom and pop shops
they're-
now.
Yeah,
Yeah, not the
they
mom
got
and pop.
got. But
Yes.
become an entity outside of your person.
That's true.
Yeah.
The
That's
value
correct.
that I want to stress to anybody,
That's true.
become an entity because there are loans, there's all types of tax breaks
Yeah.
and everything if you are a corporation. And what does it cost in Atlanta? $100?
It's $100 to file for your
Do
LLC.
LLC?
Yeah.
And your articles of work, it's nothing.
Yeah.
But you do have to have some business knowledge, and you do need a great business plan. But you can get started. The point that we're making and that Tamara's stressing, get started. If
Get an
you are making soaps out of your home, and you're selling them,
Yep.
and you're thinking that you're not an entity, you have a business.
Yes, you do.
Incorporate your business so that you can get protection, so that you can get grants, so that you can get minority grants and women-owned grants and minority grants and things
And
like that.
African-American grants.
Yeah, so you can
All
get
kinds
to
of
the money
grants.
because this is what this country recognizes. It only recognizes corporations.
Put your
Because of the money.
children on your corporation.
Yeah, I was
Thank you.
gonna say that too.
You pay them a salary. All of these things are
Matter.
tax write-offs.
That's
Your
true.
corporation can run through your trust. This is called game. So 2021, we're gonna give y'all some
Well,
game.
put it up on the game,
get you up
baby.
on some game.
That's true.
The game is sold, not told, but today we're gonna tell you.
And we're gonna tell you the game.
And you know, the unfortunate thing is that a lot of people are going to take the $600 and pay bills.
They've already
Right.
done it.
That's not
They-
unfortunate. That's a good thing. They need to pay
Well,
bills.
what I'm
They
saying
don't
is they need to pay bills, but they're not able to. Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, save it or put it in, invest it in somewhere. They don't have it right now because they're
Yes.
suffering. We're
That's
hemorrhaging.
right.
So you have to stop it.
Hold that thought. Hold that
Okay.
thought. We're going to go to commercial right now. Remember, we're on Roku now, guys. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Fantastic, girl.
Yo, what's up, y'all? I'm Dynasty Smith, and I'm your host for The Flavor, where we're going to be showcasing some of the hottest independent artist videos from all around. So y'all tune in every Wednesday at 8 o'clock just by typing into your YouTube bar, TV 1061. So if you go into your YouTube search bar, type in TV 1061 to join us every Wednesday at 8 o'clock to check out some of the hottest new independent artist videos from all over. If you want to check us out on Facebook, just type in The Flavor and you can find us on Facebook. And yo, for you artists out there, lights, camera, action. Now, the camera's on you. If you want to get your video aired on The Flavor, then you need to hit us up at 1061tv@gmail.com. Send us your YouTube link, and then we'll get back to you on details on how you can be on The Flavor.
Oh yeah, I like the way you move, the way that you comb your hair, and girl, when you get real close.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Hi, I'm Michael Cowell, your funniest man on the planet, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network. Stay tuned, because that's how they do it over here. Big time party! All right, see y'all later.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network. Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061.
Welcome back. Welcome to the Talk Show Divas.
Welcome, everybody.
Thank you guys for watching this Sunday. We are on air every Sunday here at TV 1061. We have the 4:30 p.m. slot, but there are plenty of other ways that you can watch TV 1061. On Wednesdays, we have the flavor at 8 p.m., the playlist at 9:30 p.m. On Thursday, Bedroom Chronicles at 6 p.m. On Saturday, The Conversation at 3:30 p.m. On Sunday, that's our day. We come in at 4:30 p.m. and we're followed by the Talk Show Kings at 6:30 p.m. I don't know if you heard, we're on Roku now.
Yes.
Yes. Another massive streaming effort thanks to our executive producer, Felix. So we want you guys to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and now Roku. So before the break, we were talking about recharging our finances. And we got a little heated because we were talking about this.
Money.
$600. Woo! That's a lot of change. It is a good amount of money if you are able to invest. If you are paying bills and need to pay your bills,
Take care of your business.
take care of your business.
Or need to eat.
Or you need to buy groceries, take care of your business.
Yes.
What we're going to start doing, and I wanted to tell you ladies that what we should do is start listing food banks in Atlanta, in the Atlanta metro area. So if you are, or your family is impacted by COVID and you are not able to feed your family, there are a host of food banks in our county, in Cobb County, in Fulton County. We're going to start linking resources to help you that way so that if this is something that you're experiencing, that you can get the necessary help. If you don't know, you can go always to 211.org, I believe.
Yes.
211.org. Put in your zip code, some things about yourself, and they will show you tons of resources that can help you through this pandemic and any time that you need resources. The next thing I wanted to mention that we have exciting coming up this week. On Tuesday, there's an important runoff election here in the state of Georgia. I was so glad to see that my house didn't get missed. And two lovely ladies with their mask on, Saturday, they were knocking on doors and letting people know it is critical that you vote in this election.
Yes.
I am a skeptic. Sometimes I vote early. This time I'm like, I didn't vote early, but Tuesday I will be at my voting poll, which is very close to my house. I will be there early to cast my vote in this election. Georgia, do not let us down.
Yes.
If you have not casted your vote, vote. If they tell you you can't vote when you get to your voting poll, request a provisional ballot. I voted in the last election by provisional ballot. Had issues. Didn't bother me. Give me my provisional ballot.
Right.
Thank you. So we want you to go out and vote. That's happening on Tuesday. But this is the month of January, the newest month of the year. We got a fresh start, and we were talking about finance.
One of the things that I want everyone to be aware of is the CARES Act bill that just passed that gave you that large $600. It also included additional benefits for anyone that is a part of the SNAP program. It's giving additional benefits for that, so that will help in regards to food. food insecurity. And also, I'm in the Cobb County area, and a really great organization that I interviewed, it's called Must Ministries. So
Great.
if you are in the Cobb area, Smyrna, Marietta area, they have different, they give food, they give toiletry kits, meat, they are amazing, and the people have such a loving and warm disposition, and they're great, and they give every day, so every day of the week. It's MUS Ministries, and you can go online and you can look, and it tells you all their days. And also, if you want to volunteer to help, they also have
They're looking for
they also look for volunteers,
volunteers.
because I made my son volunteer. But another thing, the CARES Act as well, if you are a family that have trouble paying your internet bill, or you don't have internet because you can't afford it, something that's a part of the bill, they are doing a $50 allotment that they're going to give to people that will cover your internet bill. So if your child is being taught remotely, that's in the bill as well. Guys, it was over 5,000 pages, but I've been picking through them, through them for things that kind of matter in our community and for people that we can actually help. But I thought that was great, especially with the internet. So
Yes, and they're all listed on Must Ministries and any other organization throughout the Metro Atlanta area, even in remote counties as far as Savannah. You can be in any county in Georgia. If you go on 211.org, they will link you to Must Ministries, Catholic Charities, a host of organizations. If your children are in school, I think most schools in Cobb County give your children a lunch box, and it has breakfast and lunch in it, and you just have to find out from your school resources what day that they disperse that, and every child, regardless of income or anything, they are helping you out through the schools.
The reason that I mentioned what was in the CARES Act is because there are a lot of benefits that people aren't aware of. So if you don't tell Comcast, or if you don't ask Xfinity, or whoever your provider is, they will not volunteer the information. I'm just telling you. So it's so much stuff that we actually miss because we don't know. That's why.
You see, you brought up the CARE Act. Why did it have to be 58,000 pages? I mean, in the first place.
Exactly.
That's the most ridiculous thing ever. To me, there's so many things that will get missed because of the fact that it's such a large document, and we gotta do better. I mean,
well, they do. Well, we had this conversation before we left. We talked about how government does this whole thing where they give you all this paperwork that people just are not able to fill out or to digest or to even, it's a deterrent. Because
it's done on purpose.
That's what we talked about.
Put in things and agendas that they wanted to push through that may not even be applicable to the CARES Act. They'll put it in these documents. And
most of it was not applicable to the CARES Act. 5 pages was about helping people. The other 5,000 had to do with it was a combination of the omnibus bill that they do yearly that they have to have, and then they just kind of stuck the stuff that's going on for us.
But what we have to understand, though, and thank you so much, Ms. Commentary, because what we have to understand is that when an agency is awarded a grant,
speak on it.
They have to
give
that money away.
Yeah.
So if they were specifying, say, a particular area, say rural area, a rural part of Georgia, and say a certain percentage only applied for it, now they're going scrambling around searching for other people that may be in urban area to get that money away, because when they apply for that grant again, guess what?
They get it reduced.
They won't get it.
They won't get a reduction.
They may get a
reduction.
or they may not get it at all.
Right.
So they're looking for people to get it. So just because it may say, I'm looking for rural companies in the state of Georgia, even if you're in an urban area, still apply. Because after all that money is given to the people that have applied in the rural area, now they're going to, look at the people in the urban area.
We had multiple states, it was all in the news, that had all this surplus of millions that they had to spend by December 31st because they didn't give it out generously when they got it, when the coronavirus hit. So they were like 10 days scrambling to get the money away, which is just
not just the states, the schools. Particularly, I believe Cobb County received like over $9 million through the CARES Act, and I'm definitely going to go check. Definitely go check for us us and
see
our
if they-
constituents and whose child is in Cobb County to see how did that school board
Spend that money.
spend that $9 million.
Yeah.
Because I talked to a lot of my friends that are educators, and they were complaining that there was a lack of cleaning supplies. There's no hot water in any school in Georgia, practically. They do not have hot running water. I have friends that are in Atlanta public schools as well as
Same
Cobb
thing?
counties. Yes, they do not have hot running water. They have a lack of cleaning supplies. It's very hard. Teachers are teaching dual. That means they're teaching remote and in class, and that's very hard for them as well. And it's just the resources that this CARES Act trickled down and that they did receive, because I know Cobb County did receive a huge amount, but was it trickling down to the appropriate people, the students and the teachers? You know, like teachers, I think it might be 3 to 4 or 5 teachers are right now in ICU from Cobb County. One teacher, Mr. Key, passed a week ago from COVID. So it's definitely, you know, you need to know what goes on your local level, what's going on in your community, and where the dollar goes. Follow the dollar. If you follow the dollar,
you'll find the truth.
But
you'll find the truth.
So you're not going to be able really to follow the dollar.
This is what we were saying earlier last year. That you have to get involved in your community. You have to get involved with the school board meetings to find out where your tax dollars are going and how they're spending, and hold people accountable.
Yeah, don't complain if you are not attending a meeting. You don't have an excuse now. All the meetings for school boards are virtual.
Yeah.
So you can just log on.
Are they held during times of parents when it's not work hours for parents?
Yes, it's held during the evening time where you can log on and join your school board local meetings. And that's the same thing for the county meeting. I saw a sign that's up for Cobb County that something is happening next week. It's a meeting, and I'm going to go online to see about that. But so that could be something that if you're challenging yourself this year in 2021 and you're concerned about our government, take part in the government process, the process of government. It is your right. We're not going to push you and say it's your duty, but you should never complain about a dollar that the government sends you or anything if you don't take part in this process.
One other thing too is, again, I'm going back to the CARES Act, and since we're talking on the business front, the EIDL and the PPP, they also got a cash infusion.
Correct.
And what they said they were going to do is actually put low-income, poverty-level zip codes first. You're the first in line if you didn't get any of the PPP money or the EIDL grant, because it came out in the public that blacks and Latino businesses were wholly underserved.
Right.
So now they're saying, when it asks that box, what race are you? Check it, do everything like that, because now you're first in line, and they're looking based on the median income where you live. You're first in line once the SBA opens up and that money starts to channel through.
Can I ask you why you think the game is being fair? Check other. Don't check that you're a color, a brown. No, it's not fair. Absolutely not. They know exactly what they're doing. Exactly.
But even if you don't check that box,
check
zip
other.
codes.
It's
zip code.
Put a different zip
Let's just
code
be
in
honest.
there.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Now, because they've given all the money away to the lion's share,
the lion's share.
right? And so the mom and pop organizations, they're looking at them now to make them pay back the money from the first go round.
So it wasn't a grant, it's a loan.
Thank you. They're looking at putting
Wait a minute,
liens on their.
guys! You didn't read you didn't read page 4,130.
Exactly.
You don't have to pay it back just yet.
You might not have to pay it back ever.
Whatever.
They're pushing it back for they said that
They would start you back to pay it back in 2 years. Yes.
And the PPP, if you use it for what you were supposed to use it, it vanishes, it goes away. So if you use it to pay employees, if you use it for rent, utilities, and stuff like that, it goes.
You can claim. You can claim
It's a plan fill. So we're giving information. And it's so wonderful and it's fantastic that we're giving. We're giving actually the way it's supposed to go.
Correct.
Well,
But you know, anytime someone is playing a game, you know how you playing cards?
And you have
and
a
you
different
take a
set of
half a
rules
step
and I
and
have
you
a
put it
different set
behind
of
your back. You know what I mean? And we're going to just keep on playing a certain way because it's designed for what? For me to win and you to lose?
Exactly.
Let's give them the real game. Because that is the bullshit game.
Well, the real game is
Yeah.
by any means necessary. Get your PPP and
And
get your
learn how
get your
to
pizza
do it
back.
the right way.
Oh, and
Okay.
this is the year that we're championing Black-owned everything.
Well, I've been doing that.
Yes.
How many of you guys have your money in places that are not black? There are 22 black banks across the country.
Correct.
That we can put our money with.
Killer Mike got one.
More importantly,
Yes.
Greenwood. They got me on
Greenwood.
wait list.
Yeah.
Greenwood,
You can't get in.
They waiting on me.
You got in early. Get in. We have to wait.
Yeah, I got mine. Greenwood is a digital banking platform that
Yes.
Killer Mike and
Yes.
I got this man wrong last
Andrew
time.
Young.
Andrew Young.
Yes.
Okay, it's the one that's
Mayor of
alive.
Atlanta.
Okay,
Exactly.
So it is a wonderful platform because we can put our money into this bank, and we also have the benefit of, say, if you wanted to automatically have the bank deduct $20 a month from your account, it goes into this huge other account
Yes,
that will
fantastic.
fund black businesses.
lights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lights.
So
Well, thank you guys. Is this the end of the show, or we
No.
we got one
One
more
more.
segment? I wanted to rush this. We got one more segment. You guys stay tuned. We got one more segment on Recharge and Renew right after this break.
Thank you.
The only way to beat this virus is to give our new president the chance to succeed. I'll work with Joe Biden to empower the medical experts, to rush economic relief for families and small businesses, and invest in infrastructure to jumpstart our economy. But David Perdue says he'll do everything in his power to make sure Joe Biden fails, just like he tried to do with President Obama. I'm John Ossoff, and I approve this message because lives are on the line, jobs and businesses are on the line. So let's get this done. Look,
There for families through some of the toughest times in their lives. I've counseled people through devastating health crises as they've lost jobs and livelihoods, and in recent months, loved ones to violence and disease that could have and should have been prevented. All too often, these are people whom government has forgotten or for whom it was never there in the first place. I'm Raphael Warnock, and I'll always work for you. That's why I approve this message.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom Inc., reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Thank you for coming back to the Talk Show Divas.
Hey.
Happy New Year for those who just logged on. If you just logged on, we're on Facebook Live, we're on YouTube, and now we're on Roku.
Yes.
We were talking right about break about our financial renewal, and we were talking about a great new opportunity to partner with a black-owned bank called Greenwood.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen the commercials, check them out. They're on YouTube. That's what Tamar just told me. That
Instagram,
Instagram,
Facebook,
they're everywhere. The
everywhere.
marketing is out there. And if you can start you an account with Greenwood, we're on the waiting, hold, and place list.
I got in.
Renee is in, and Tamara and I are holding.
I don't know how she got it.
Renee is the ambassador of Atlanta, so it's no telling. She probably called
The mayor.
Andrew Young himself and said, "Look, put me in."
But this is it's such a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for us to show what having $1 trillion worth of buying power can do.
That's right.
So you're at PNC, you're at Bank of America, you're at Chase, you're at BBT, you're at all these other places, and the first thing everybody wants to talk about is service. They give crappy service too, and you're still there.
That's true.
So let's show our love and support for something that was built for us, by us. And the one thing that I really like is they're going to offer an option for anybody that holds an account to put any amount of money that they want to into a fund that goes to finance Black-owned businesses. Because we already know that we're underserved and we get told no more than yes by these other banks. So it is us helping us. I am not concerned with what administration is in power. When we lock arms and we support one another, like we've shown with the Tulsa, Oklahoma, all these different Black Wall Streets that we've had throughout the country, we can do something. We can do something amazing. So it's time to put our money where our mouth is.
I got it.
Tamara, I think you got to go to the other mic. Give her the handheld mic. So picking right up where Tamara left off, if you know anything about Tulsa, about our experience in this country with anything as far as banking, you know that we have always had a hard time acquiring loans, acquiring grants, acquiring anything that can help us uplift our own communities. Now we have an awesome opportunity with this bank called Greenwood, and we want you guys to know about it. We're going to definitely put it on our Facebook page so that you can start an account if you want to, or just do your own research, but we definitely encourage you to.
But you know, something's very interesting. I know, first and foremost, we want to promote our own banks in our community. But a lot of the large commercial banks are now, for the next 10 or so years, are committing to grant loans to minority African American businesses. And Citibank started. So, you know, once one of the big boys do it, everybody else piggybacks. So Bank of America, Chase, and Wells Fargo all now saying that they're committed to doing that in the community. And of course,
Wait a minute, Wells Fargo, is this the same man who said he couldn't find Black talent to
Yes.
hire us? That Wells Fargo? Okay, I'm just checking.
no, I mean, because they're copycats, you know, they don't want to be left behind. So if one commercial bank does something, all the others will follow suit.
That is true. Because they want to monopolize on the black dollar.
Yeah.
You have to make
So I mean, but if you look at it, the African American women were the most, how do I say this, forefront in the past 5-6 years in everything, entertainment, you know, to businesses, to politics. We have been the focus, and then they're now realizing that we need to pay attention to this community. But we still need to have our own.
Wait, I have to, they're not now realizing. They
They've always
understand our value, but they knew that they could still get our money, and they didn't have to be nice. They didn't have to employ us. They didn't have to give us loans, and we would still bank with them. So while Wells Fargo and Chase and all these, because right now it's popular, it's for optics to say that we're joining Black Lives Matter. So take your money from them, put it in Greenwood. Because these warm and fuzzy feelings, as history has told us, it's fleeting. They have such a fleeting and a little window of conscience.
Yeah, it's temporary.
So don't mess with them. Come over here. If all of us took our money and we banked with, it's 20 Black-owned businesses. I mean, Black-owned banks throughout the country. Let's put all of them out of business. I'm not interested in
High five.
No, I'm not saying that you should do that. I'm just saying this.
You should say that you should do that.
No. Y'all not understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying that Citibank is now making a conscious decision to go and give loans to African American businesses. I'm not saying that we
What
should
is it
not.
driven by?
But listen, I'm not saying that we should not have our own. You should always have your own. I'm just adding to the conversation that these banks are now saying, oh, we are neglecting this community. We need to start focusing because of what? Yes, let's say Black Lives Matters brought it to the forefront. But let's take advantage of it too. Invest your money, move it out. You can get multiple loans. You don't have to do it all, but I would say go to our community first and foremost. Right?
That is true.
But we have to also know in banking, smaller banks do interbanking loans with larger banks. So at the end of the day, they still are involved in the situation, in the process.
Because there's so many layers to this.
Yes, there is.
It's so many
It's
layers.
all intertwined.
It's so many layers.
We're going to have
to
a
the
finance segment, just a finance
we really
day
do
one
need
day.
to do that.
Because
Because it's very true.
We haven't talked about Bitcoin. We haven't talked about cryptocurrency.
Yes, so we're
Yeah,
going to
I'm
do that.
all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody in my family invests in
Yes,
Bitcoin.
I'm all
Isn't it
into
fascinating?
Bitcoin.
There's nothing backing it.
It doesn't have to.
No.
Yes.
And nothing's backing the dollar either.
The dollar is useless.
Yes.
Federal Reserve
It's
is
paper.
IOU. It's
Zero.
nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing, people.
Speaking of an IOU, y'all owe me a whole nother topic.
I was going to say, you owe me something. I think you owe me something.
We need to talk about relationships and how we're renewing those and recharging those in 2021. Do not turn off your mic. Turn up the mic. We're talking about recharging our relationships and what we have going on or not going on, or what's going on with us, and what's going on, most importantly, with you, the audience. What are you doing this year to recharge some tested relationships? Because if you've been in a relationship during COVID and you made it to 2021, Pat, you and your honey
Y'all must live together.
on the back, y'all must be match made in heaven. Because 2021 and 2020 are definitely going to continue to challenge relationships because of, our situation. We're in a
There's a
pandemic.
lot of people who are divorcing this last year,
Correct.
right? But I think as some couples too have been, and families have been, their eyes had opened. Hey, I never really knew my spouse.
Correct.
So they either took the opportunity to get to know them better, or they just hey, listen, we're not meant to be. But for me, I think before I start building any relationship with anybody, including my family, I need to build a relationship with myself.
That's true.
Yeah.
And to be, and that entails me getting a better relationship with God, and understanding if I want love, I have to be a reflection of love.
That's right.
So whatever it is that I need to do, that I want out there, I need to do it. I need to be it. So before I start jumping into really committing myself to other people, I'm committing to myself first.
Roselle said, "Take her off the table. She's not dating y'all right now."
Okay.
Translation.
Roselle.
I'm just playing.
What it is that Roselle is perfectly, unequivocally, absolutely, fantastically fine.
Come on now. I love
At this point in time.
Hello, and
You know what I'm saying? She absolutely is.
Translate
Because let
that.
me tell you something. I've wasted so much time, and I'm going to just go on a sabbatical, and I'm just going to pray and study and just
Thank
work
you.
on myself. And a year has passed, another year. No, Renee. You're perfectly fine exactly as you are for
come
someone else. Don't waste no time, because life is so very short.
Sitting on the
Life
Hey,
Life is so very short. You know what I'm saying?
the cookie.
And I'm ecstatic right where I'm at. And the best thing for me, is when you do this, when you fall in love
Come on now.
with yourself.
Yes.
With yourself. I'm not talking.
Fall in love with yourself. We're going to have to leave on that note. You see that? Look, guys, we enjoyed it. We're going to have to take this for the next
30 more minutes, please.
episode. Thank you guys for tuning in to us. We love you guys.
Bye-bye.
See you next Sunday.
Happy 2020. Happy New You. Happy New Me.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.